Hey guys, this is Bruce and this is Convo Courses, and we're going to be talking about a urgent hire for help desk support 2. It's in Denver, Colorado. Okay, before we start, I should let you know that if you're interested in knowing how to get into IT, how to do information system security officer work, how to do risk management framework, how to get into cybersecurity, how to get in this from scratch, how to do remote work, I've got a course where you can sign up. Enrollment is free. And if you're interested in that stuff, go ahead and sign up for any one of those courses and check them out. And also, if you're interested in this course, in knowing more about this particular job, go down the description below. I'll have the links to the course. I'll have the links to how you can contact these people if you're interested in this position. And if this is 3 years from now, you're watching this and this is kind of an old video, but you're like, oh, desk support in Denver, but that was 2 years ago. Bruce did this 3 years ago. Don't worry, you can always just contact the actual talent scout and then say, hey, do you guys have any other positions? This is a global staffing firm, so they usually have something somewhere on planet Earth that you can do. All right, let's get into this. So this is coming from a talent advisor at Lance Soft, which is a staffing company. Like I said, they should have other positions if you can't get into this one. This is only a 5-month duration, so this might be gone by the time you actually see this. And this is a help desk support 2. What that normally means is that you got different tiers of help desk. The first tier is like customer support, the first person you contact, and this is the person that tells you to have you tried turning the computer on and off again. Or they walk you through a checklist of what to do, and it's normally somebody who doesn't have a lot of experience with IT. They know the basics. They have scripts. They have resources that can help you. Sometimes they can get into your computer and do minor things. But then if they can't help you, they'll send you to the next level. And this is a person who has a little bit more depth, and they handle more complex issues, and that's your help desk support 2. Now, there's lots of different names for it. You got tier 2 support. You got cyber support. They got so many different names for this, but this is whenever you see the 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever, that just means they're it goes up in levels of complexity of what they can handle or what they're allowed to do to help a customer. All right, so help desk support 2. It's in Denver, Colorado. It's a 5-month duration, so it sounds like a contract to me. And it's at the Governor's Office of Information Technology and Identity and Access Management. So more than likely, they want you to know a lot about IAM, not to be confused with Information Assurance Manager. They're talking about Identity and Access Management. So that's how you get on and off the system, how it identifies you, and how it authenticates your access. All right, so it's telling you a little bit about that. If you want to know more about this, I will have all this stuff in the description below. But essentially, you're going to have to know Active Directory domain and include proper role-based access, organization, titles. So you're going to be managing the organization's access management. So things you're going to be doing is create and populate additional fields of the Active Directory. So Active Directory is how Microsoft identifies people in a enterprise environment. So whenever if you're at work or if you log into a system, it authenticates your username and password with a server elsewhere that's centrally located somewhere else. And then once that server authenticates that you have a correct username, password, or PIN, or it could be your multi-factor authentication like your thumbprint or your eye or whatever. It authenticates that and says, yep, this person is who they say they are, and then it lets you in. So that's Active Directory in a nutshell. There's a lot more to it than that. But so Active Directory lets you in, and then they're looking for somebody who's going to add more information. Like Active Directory will normally have like a profile of each person. It'll have like what's their phone number, where are they located, what building they're in, first name, last name, just basic personally identifiable information is what it normally has. And they're looking for you to modify and populate existing fields in Active Directory, create and update user accounts in applications. Like, it's going to give you certain people access to certain applications, or it's going to restrict certain people from, say, this database, this backend database doesn't allow people from management to go in, or because they're not engineers, so engineers are only allowed to go into these folders here. So that's what they're talking about there. Resolve service tickets in onboarding, offboarding, updates to user accounts. What this means is what normally what happens in these kinds of help desk environments is you have something like a remedy. Remedy is a system that takes in service tickets. Like if you call in, if you've ever called in for your network, for your internet or whatever went out, and you contacted the ISP, your internet service provider, and you say, hey, my internet's not working right now, I'm having some issues. What happens is that person is logging all that in. It says, okay, Bruce Brown at this resident with this phone number has this issue right here, and they haven't been able to access their internet since 3 hours ago. And so that goes into a database, and that's a ticket. And the reason why that's in that service ticket is important is because somebody else might have to follow up with that information. And also is really good for like a knowledge base, because it provides information and it keeps it there so that if anybody else has the same issue, they can kind of go in the knowledge base and say, okay, oh, in last year, Bruce Brown had this same issue. Let's see if we can fix it like this. That's the service ticket. Offboarding and onboarding, that means that when new employees come on, they have to be onboarded. They have to get a new account. You have to put all their information in the system. And then offboarding is when they leave. They left, they got another job somewhere, and you got to close out their account, make sure that they have no ways to get back in once the account's closed, things like that. Let's see, participate in project planning sessions. Like if they wanted to update that service ticket server, then you would be a part of that planning. That's what they're talking about there. Not just that server, but any kind of issues where you're updating, you're going in the environment and updating something. You would be a part of that as a help desk too. Communicate and or prepare information for audits. So this is like your environment has, let's say, 32 systems, right? And all these systems have to be secure because you have people trying to lock you out. There's malware, you have issues you got to deal with. Well, your whole organization, their responsibility is the security of these systems. So everybody has to lock these systems down. Normally you have a security department who will lock all the systems down, make sure all the policies are good. An audit, what they mean by that is a third-party organization will come in and say, okay, let's see. Have you guys updated your virus signatures? Have you guys taken care of these these weaknesses in your system? Hey, we found we were able to infiltrate this portion of the system. Looks like you guys have some ports that are open over here. That's an audit. So you're going to be a part of communicating and preparing for those audits as a part of the governor's Office of Information Technology team. All right, so I think that's about it. I will send you guys, all this stuff will be below. If you're interested in the contact information, it'll be below. And that's it for this one. See you guys on the next one.